Today, a kappa-opioid receptor antagonist built for loss of pleasure in depression just hit the end of the road in its pivotal Phase 3, and the trial itself collapsed before it could finish. The trial is VENTURA, run by Janssen. It was a Phase 3 randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study in adults with major depressive disorder and moderate to severe anhedonia on an SSRI or SNRI with an inadequate response. The design had 3 phases: a 6-week open-label run where everyone got 10 milligrams of adjunctive aticaprant, a 10-week open-label stabilization for responders, and then a double-blind randomized maintenance phase where stable responders were re-randomized to aticaprant or placebo to test whether the drug prevented relapse. Here is what the registry actually shows. 47 participants entered the open-label phase. 18 made it into stabilization. 2 were randomized into the double-blind maintenance phase, both to aticaprant, 0 to placebo. The study was terminated by the sponsor. The registry stated reason: insufficient efficacy. The protocol's planned primary endpoint time to relapse was never formally tested because the maintenance phase did not function. The result is not aticaprant failed a fair test. The result is that the fair test could not be run. That distinction matters less than it sounds, because aticaprant was the most clinically advanced selective KOR antagonist in psychiatry. The mechanism is coherent. Kappa receptors and their dynorphin ligands are implicated in stress, dysphoria, and the loss of pleasure response, which is why a KOR antagonist is a sensible hypothesis for anhedonia-dominant depression. A pivotal trial collapsing before it could randomize is not a clean refutation, but it is a strong signal that the program could not generate the evidence it set out to generate. The honest read: anhedonia is a real treatment target, and standard antidepressants undertreat it. Whether KOR antagonism is the right way to reach that target is now an open question. The biology is not falsified by one halted trial. It is undermined by the absence of a positive randomized maintenance result. Future work would likely need a different molecule, a different patient selection strategy, or a trial design that does not depend on a long run of stable responders to detect relapse prevention. The off-label toolkit for the patient in front of you is not nothing. Bupropion, alone or as an add-on to an SSRI or SNRI, has the most consistent data for reducing anhedonia symptoms, partly because of its dopaminergic and noradrenergic activity. Auvelity, the dextromethorphan-bupropion combination, targets glutamatergic signaling and is FDA approved for MDD with anhedonia-prominent features in the labeling. Low-dose second-generation antipsychotic augmentation, aripiprazole, brexpiprazole, cariprazine, or low-dose quetiapine is also used off-label for anhedonia-dominant depression, with the strongest evidence for aripiprazole and brexpiprazole. None of these is a KOR antagonist, but they are the real-world options a clinician can use today. Today, aticaprant is not approved, and there is no selective KOR antagonist you can prescribe. The honest read: anhedonia is a real treatment target, and the off-label toolkit bupropion, Auvelity, low-dose second-generation antipsychotic augmentation, plus structured psychotherapy, is the bridge until the KOR hypothesis proves itself or gets retired. The VENTURA result is a reminder that a clean mechanistic story and a positive trial are not the same thing. For questions or episode ideas, drop them below and subscribe for more psychopharmacology breakdowns. Educational purposes only, not a substitute for clinical judgment.